Come and talk with us about our trip to Croatia.
Okay, who wants to start?
I am Becky.
I am Wesley.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Tati.
And we are traveling Croatia for 1 week.
Yeah, so exciting.
So let's break down our first
2 days.
2 days.
It's been 2 days already? It's been 2 days already.
It has been 2 days.
It's also our first time with microphones, so forgive us if there's any audio quality issues.
If you'd like to donate funds,
We have a GoFundMe.
the transfer will be linked below.
Yeah.
Right?
And we'll figure out how to use Venmo.
Along with all of our products in our
For all
episode
of us.
tonight, like our Croatian
This
beer.
episode is
Camping.
sponsored by a non-Croatian company, Summersby.
That's great.
Just kidding. I bought it myself.
Okay.
All right. So where did it all begin?
You
Emma was our first traveler.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you take it off.
I had a pretty basic travel day though. Everything went really well from Montreal to Paris, except for the guy who sat like this on the plane and left a seat empty next to him. Like he could have moved over and spread his legs and not been in my way, but that's fine. He fell asleep like that.
Just wanted to get comfy with you.
It's fine.
So then 3 days later,
Mhm.
we made the trip. Where did we start, Tati?
First of all, shout out to Noor for dropping us off at the airport.
That's right.
We love you. Becky, I think you slept well, right? The night before? You
Yeah.
want me to hold it?
Mhm.
Wes, did you sleep well?
Yeah, I slept pretty good.
I slept for an hour. And then we drove to the airport.
You only slept an hour the night before?
It's all excitement.
And the night before as well.
Yeah.
That, she didn't sleep either.
And I was
I had
also-
to work the day we left, so I had to sleep.
Yeah. No, I didn't work the day we left. Shout out to my manager.
Shout out to Government of Canada.
You weren't supposed to work.
I wasn't supposed to work, but our flight got changed.
Yeah, if we go
Right.
back that far, you
But
got 2 days
let's not
added
get
to your
complicated.
vacation.
Let's not get
Anyways,
into that.
okay, so you landed in France.
Yeah, we landed in France.
So
Long
Ottawa to France,
flight.
7-hour flight.
yeah.
Packed like a little sardines in the back of the
Mhm.
plane.
Yeah. And then
Zone 5 loading.
I didn't even know they went that high.
Wow, somebody's a bougie flyer. Not us.
but
so
at
yeah.
least we got a lot of booze.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they gave out free alcohol.
Free
which
alcohol.
I was determined to sleep on that flight, so I had a glass of champagne with
Yeah.
then having a NyQuil in my tea.
Oh my god.
It was a Neil Citron. not
Oh,
a
Neil
Nyquil.
Citron, yeah.
Oh my god.
Go Neil Citron.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why I was so well rested.
She packed like 10 of them in here.
I
That's
still have a bunch if
amazing.
anybody needs.
Yeah.
So yeah, we met up with Emma at it was like 8 a.m. Paris time
Yeah.
in the
Yep.
Paris airport.
Um,
After Tati had to check her bag because her carry-on was too large.
Her carry-on.
So we had to go through security, leave the airport, get her bag, and then go back into the airport and go through security again.
Yeah.
that was a bit stressful,
But
but
we had like 3 hours to kill, so
Yeah,
I
we
wasn't
had-
worried.
But you guys were stressed.
No, I could tell she was a bit nervous. I was just more annoyed.
Yeah,
I was like, it's fine, we have the time. But
yeah, literally she got on her phone and she's like, "Oh, our boarding is 10:45. We have time." I was like, "Thank God."
yeah,
We had
if
to
it
walk
would have
for
been
20
an
minutes.
hour when the guy, because the option was that we could have stayed in the airport, gone to Zone D, and had like a very easy
Yeah.
walk through. But we were really nice people, and we went with Tatiana.
Just so you know, I did tell you guys.
I know, but
Several
I wasn't-
times to
my
just
mother
leave
told
us.
me not to leave me
Yeah,
alone.
shout out to Lena.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you, mother.
Mm-hmm.
So
And chill, of course.
also, actually, it was good for us because we could walk a bit, and
Yeah,
we needed a
got
bit of
in
a
lot
walk.
of steps after 7 hours on a plane.
And the airport, we talked about the smell of the airport at some point.
What?
Tatiana has certainly has a scent.
Mhm.
What?
Maybe they should make a perfume. Anyways,
Okay.
so we met up with Emma. We filmed a couple TikToks.
And there was a few
So
birds.
keep your eye out for
Mhm.
that.
few birds.
Don't talk about the birds. Don't like those.
Yeah.
And then we went to Poland.
Forgot about Poland.
Warsaw.
Yeah.
How was Poland, girls? What did we eat?
I had a burger.
The
Yeah.
original plan was that me and Emma would share mixed pierogies.
Yeah.
And then Emma, as soon as we put the order in, was like, wait up, guys, might have pork. So I ended up eating the pierogies alone and had a pork-free burger.
allergic. She's a very allergy kind of girl.
Yeah.
And then
alcohol.
and
then what happened?
Then we were about 15 minutes before boarding our plane. Emma goes to the bathroom. and then I
destroys
turn
it.
around.
no, wait. Becky
around.
Becky looks at me. She goes, "So Tati, how's the trip so far?" I'm like, "Pretty exhausted, but I could power through." And then the minute, what did I sneeze before or?
No.
Not even. It's just all of a sudden she's like, hold the mic. Becky, can you get my Kleenex?
Can you get my
I'm just
Kleenex?
like,
That's what she said.
what the heck is going on? And then come to see, she goes like this, and literally the most blood you've ever seen come out of a nose. But then it landed between her legs on the chair, and I started laughing because I don't handle these situations appropriately. I gave her Kleenex. And I was like, looks like you got your period.
Oh my god.
So then she started laughing, and I think that didn't help with the bleeding.
No. We just like shot it out more.
So yeah, that was a little stressful because we were like, okay,
Yeah.
get this under control. You got to board the flight.
She's
here.
okay now though, but it was a lot of blood. Like I came back and I was actually shocked.
I was like, I punched her in the
I
face.
was like, I couldn't believe it.
She was laughing at me going to the washroom. She's like, she saw,
Literally off.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I was.
She saw how I was cleaning my hands in the washroom, and all you saw was just blood.
Yeah, they were so
It was so
bloody.
She's okay now
Her whole
though.
Face.
I'm okay because of Benadryl. Shout out to
That's probably
Benadryl.
why you get nosebleeds.
Honestly, it's probably one of the side effects.
take Benadryl.
That's okay.
It
This
doesn't-
year, this
no.
was the first day I
Alright.
took
Also, today's sponsor.
We're moving on.
Benadryl.
Where do we go from Warsaw?
Zagreb.
And this is where we are. This is our Airbnb in Zagreb.
It was very smooth. Okay.
She's delirious. Careful, she might get a nosebleed.
Oh,
Tati
yeah,
is-
it was fine.
That's
Like
fine. It was fine.
everything went well.
Rent.
Renting the car
got
went
the car.
fine.
They just gave us attitude.
How was driving it, Wes?
Very good. It's an Opel Mocha subcompact crossover. Fairly base model, but it's got some like niceties.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right.
It's pretty quick, eh?
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Could be bigger
yeah.
to fit my
The
bags.
car could be bigger.
Yeah.
But
Like the doors are small, so
Yeah.
getting in and out's kind of weird. But
like I don't mind the size because of the roads,
Yeah.
but I wish it was taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it
I
is-
hit my head
It's quite low.
every time I get out, and I'm 5'3".
yeah.
What is happening?
His
Also,
chair just
parking
cracked hugely.
in the city is awful.
Yeah, so let's see.
So okay, airport went fine, great. We're like, okay, it's a 20-minute drive to
Yeah.
our Airbnb, which is beautiful. However, there's no parking,
No,
Surprise.
which was a surprise.
because it said it in the. She changed it, but it did say it because every place we booked said there was parking, and she changed it after the fact. So,
So we drove around for how long?
oh my gosh,
Like 40
An hour?
minutes.
it had to be. It had to be at least an hour.
Really?
Oh,
That
at
long?
least an hour.
At least.
At least.
Circling
We
the
circled the block
And there's so many one ways
a lot of
that
times. And yeah,
So
we did figure eights basically of the blocks because of the one ways.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to be so far.
Yeah.
We didn't know. And then once we did find parking, we had to figure out if we had to pay, where to pay,
Yeah.
downloaded an app, send a text message to the thing that was on the thing, the number. Anyways, then we found a pay station.
We found out you didn't actually need to pay.
no.
Yeah, we talked to a friendly
just after
local, and
8
they said
o'clock.
it was actually free from after 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.,
but none
which is good.
None of us want to wake up at 6, though.
Yeah.
So we ended up paying. Finally got parking. We're parked there again today, by the way. Great street if you ever in the area.
Insert picture.
It's
Yeah. We're,
Marika.
we're
It's
gonna have
called
that tagged in the
what is it
top
called?
corner for you later.
Markovich.
No.
No, that's not what it is.
Just
But
add
anyways,
a
there's
H
4
at the end.
streets that are the same name.
Yeah, so figure that
Very
one out.
confusing.
Yeah, but we figured it out.
I get it. Okay, so when,
What?
when we were parking and I was looking at all the apps of the website, it said blocks. Which block?
We're blocked.
So
Oh.
each block must be the name of a street instead of one street name.
Markovich, block
Ain't that
1, block 2,
confusing?
block 3.
So confusing.
So we're block 5 where we parked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that must be it.
But actually, it's a good parking. It's beside the
It's a block away from
opera.
us.
Yeah.
You park on the curb.
You park
Also
on the
very
Yeah.
weird.
Also insert picture later. You will see that. You probably won't. That's not good.
We'll see what
I
happens.
think I could. Okay.
So we parked.
Yeah.
We we arrived to downstairs our Airbnb. I almost opened 2 strangers' doors because they thought it was.
Yeah, you had the key in both of their doors.
Yeah,
It all looks the same. So
yeah. But
It's
we
unclear.
I wouldn't say that though.
we figured it out. We opened the door, and we thought we were in a sauna at the Nordique.
Yeah.
it's hot.
There's a little entryway with a water heater and it heats it up.
Keep in mind, this is after a 2-day travel, long
Like
travel.
we had been awake for over 24 hours at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, minus my naps,
Exhausted.
thanks to Neocitron.
Shout out.
Nosebleeds, almost.
I was
crying.
very hangry at this point.
Yeah.
But you did really well. I didn't feel like I felt like okay, we all want to eat, but I wasn't like, oh my god, Becky's gonna kill me.
And meanwhile, I'm downstairs. I was in a parking spot. I thought.
Oh right, we left. Remember?
We left West.
We were touring the
because we
apartment.
had to bring our stuff in. We didn't want to
Yeah.
walk blocks without our stuff.
So I'm sitting there in a spot, and this big white van comes up behind me and just starts honking on the horn. And I'm like, "Is that for me?" Sure enough, it's for me. I had nowhere to go, so I just hopped on the curb around this other car, and like I was kind of up in there. But it's Europe; no one cares. You can park here if you want.
I didn't hear that part. I didn't know about that part.
I was in front of the front door like this, half on the curb, half on the road.
So after that,
We explore the room, and this is a nice Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
They have a room. We each have a room, and we each have our own
Yeah.
bathroom.
Won't be like that tomorrow.
We're stuck together tomorrow.
tomorrow we're gonna cuddle.
Very open air.
But it has like a loft
Yeah.
separation.
Yeah.
So you won't see me in my underwear.
I call off.
Unless you want
Call
to.
off. Sure. You could have it.
But then
So we all take a shower because I'm exhausted. I had a bloody nose.
We went to eat first.
What did we eat?
Burger.
Burgers. We had great burgers.
Great.
Yeah, what was
spot.
that place called?
Gablona.
yeah,
Your breath.
Gabaloni.
We'll link it below.
Yeah.
If you're in Zagreb, good burger. We didn't get sick.
cheap.
Very cheap.
Yeah, and very
Yeah.
nice people too.
Very nice owner.
Me and Emma.
Got their
Split a
Chipotle meal for
burger.
free.
What?
Chipotle mayo for free.
Yes.
They
Shut up.
saved 85 euro cents.
We split a burger
sense.
and they cut it for us in half.
Yeah.
That was very nice of them.
No judgment.
It was
for sharing a
huge.
burger.
I tipped him just for that.
Huge burger.
I judge them a little bit myself.
Also, you don't have to tip here, but these guys,
Deserve
they
a
love
tip.
to tip. No.
No, I tipped the ladies this morning because it said we appreciate tips.
I didn't tip
and
them
they
this
were
morning.
running in that bakery.
Did
they
it
were,
say it in English?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a sucker.
Listen,
You're a sucker.
then I'm gonna suck it. I mean, just let's move on.
Okay. So we get the burger. We come back. Taji's like, I'm going to shower. And she showers.
I was.
Wait. Do you want to tell your perspective or mine?
Yeah, my perspective.
Did anything happen between them? No.
Not
We
really.
Basically.
No, we were each in our corners.
Yeah, we were
Ready to
getting
go to bed.
Wes showered. She showered.
I was booking. We booked our tickets and everything for
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow. We set it all
For
up.
Pivlice.
And then, we were like, okay, bedtime.
So I'm getting out of the shower. I have a towel on my head, my PJs on. I'm going in the room, So the layout of my room is like you have my bed, and then you have a little night table on a moving carpet, and it has a glass lamp on it, all glass.
Yeah.
So I was moving things around from my suitcase, and by accident, a bag hits the lamp.
That was shatters. Shatters.
So I thought no one heard. All I see is a redhead that pops her head. She's like, "Is everything okay?"
Okay. So this is what I see. I wish I could like imitate it with the towel.
Yeah, the towel. Oh my god.
I've never seen it was like draped over her face almost. And she looks at me and she is smirking. And I'm like, is everything okay? It sounded like something broke. And she's like, mm-hmm. And I'm like, and she's not moving. So I said last night after, I was like, okay, so in fight, flight, or fight or flight, you're definitely a freeze.
Yeah, she was neither fight nor flight.
No, it's because
It was exhaustion at that point, though.
Yeah. No, it was. I'm not. I'm
Because
not
she had the
lying.
towel on her head. I just happened to walk in because I was giving her toothpaste, and she's on the ground, and Emma's looking at me like, "You're not gonna believe this."
Because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. And she was like, I gotta dry my hair. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that was the funny part. There's literally glass shattered all over the floor. She's like, "It's fine. I'm just gonna go dry my hair." No,
Jen,
you're not. You're
the
gonna
most
you rip your foot open.
Gen Z thing ever. I couldn't believe the distinction in that moment. Because Becky and I were like, no, clean it up. And I felt like a mom for a moment.
My hair was not brushed under the towel.
That doesn't matter.
What's the difference if
There
I
was
clean it?
glass all over the floor.
I couldn't even.
You could have cut your foot open.
First of all, I would have let no one go in the room. I had shoes on.
Well, there you
I
go.
always put
That's what
shoes
you-
after I shower.
Okay.
And then I had the towel. I was trying to figure it out, and it was unbrushed
I
hair.
also don't think Tatiana knows how to put a towel on.
Guys, it was literally like she was like,
It's because
It's because she had to like she
no,
knocked.
I
over
went.
the
I
glass and
bent
moved.
over to move my stuff from my suitcase, and the thing fell
Wait,
like
you
this.
didn't fix this.
It's because when I bent over. No, let me explain my story. When I bent over and I was pulling up my clothes, that's when it happened. And this was like here, and then you popped in, Miss Solution, and it was just. Anyways, it was just it could. I was calm.
Okay, how do we resolve the situation?
Okay.
It was resolved.
So
Took a
no,
road
no.
trip.
Okay, so what happened was
I was laughing.
she
left.
I was done.
No, you helped.
I helped with vacuum for a
cleaned
minute,
up,
and
and
then
then
I was
Becky
like,
left.
"Okay, I'm done."
And then I don't know what you were doing. Oh, you were drying your hair. And I went in the room and I thought, oh man, like she can't, like she could message the person, but also like I don't want her Airbnb rating to go down, like her guest rating. So I figured they got the lamps from the same place. So I searched what my lamp, Google image searched my lamp, found out that it was from Yisk, and then went on the site, and then we found it. And so I said, instead, you're just going to replace the lamp, not tell her. And then we won't have to contact her about anything. And then our air conditioner started leaking, and it still is to this moment. There's a pot under it. So we still have to message her about something.
Tell them how you scared me.
Also, Emma's really good at hide and seek.
It's so quiet.
I was fixing the leak. I was trying to figure out where it was coming from, and Tati was exhausted from the towel and the drying of the hair and the thing breaking.
So the layout of our side of the Airbnb is that you walk in, you have the windows like this, but here you have like a table with chairs, and you have a wall behind it, dining table.
Mhm.
And so where it was leaking, so like the table is here, and then the wall is here, and it's leaking. And this whole time Emma was on the ground cleaning, but I didn't hear her. I looked into her room, she wasn't there, so I was like, she's probably at Becky and Wes's side.
went to eat your
just went to eat my fuzzy peaches.
Also, she's
And then-
addicted to candy.
And then, oh, I heard you talking, but I thought it was from this side.
Yeah,
But
that's okay.
long and behold, her head pops up again.
She freaked. You freaked.
What did
And
you
then-
say?
And then she didn't scream. She just went, oh! And then she went, go to bed.
She summoned you.
She told me to go to bed. And I was like, I'm cleaning. Anyways, it's fine. So whatever. That was our night. It was fine. It was just a lot. But then we wake up and we go out today, go to a bakery, get lunch, get breakfast.
You guys were up early.
I woke up at 6. It was a little warm. Opened the windows, which have no screens.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that. Had to have some talks to the birds outside. Yeah. These girls didn't get up until
7?
7:30. I got up even later. I was up, but yeah.
yeah. I went on their side, opened their windows for them.
Thanks,
so they
Mom.
weren't dying of heat. And then we hit the road
Uh-huh.
and we
Pretty
went
quick.
to
West drove.
Plitvichy.
Yeah, good drive.
Yep.
Please don't come at us for our pronunciations.
In the comments, we don't want to hear it.
But it was amazing.
Yeah, beautiful waterfalls. Take a breath away. They tell you not to go chasing waterfalls, but in this case, I think it
Are
was
we
worth
not
it.
going to talk about the funniest thing that
Oh my
happened?
gosh. So there's a
Oh.
toll highway.
Yeah.
I didn't find it funny.
So like it was fine. So we go to the toll highway, roll down the window. There's a guy speaks Croatian, even though I said good morning. I'm like,
Weird that he speaks Croatian.
So I was working on it. I had it under control, I thought.
But Wes also thinks he said good morning, but he was like, good morning.
Well, anyways. So he was speaking Croatian, and I didn't know if I had to pay initially. But he was just giving me this ticket, which we found out
'Cause
later.
It did say cash. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah, it did.
We
on
thought
the
we had to
thing, it was like
pay.
if you have cash or credit.
So we went into
whatever.
the lane for cash. So I was gonna, whatever. And sure, he just he keeps speaking Croatian, and this all happens within like 6 seconds, 5
Yeah.
seconds maybe.
And he's just
Yeah.
like yelling at.
And then there's cars behind us. We're all kind of stressed a little bit, and Becky just yells over, "English, please!"
I wasn't like that. It was like
English, please. It was more stressy though. It was more
Yeah.
stressy.
English, please.
It was Tazzy and I are dying because Wes is just like
Well,
nodding.
Wes is just so calm that I'm like, is he gonna tell him we need to speak English? We don't
No.
understand what he's saying.
It had been 4 seconds at this point, so I was giving it some time.
We were dying in the back.
And then he says, "Here's ticket. You pay at exit." I was like, "Oh."
And
Cool,
he
pay
was
exit,
dying. He
thanks.
was dying
Cool.
laughing at us. He was laughing at us. Like when we drove away. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
like,
He was like these dumb Canadians.
but then for the rest of the drive, we were like, we'd
So
see a
funny.
sign and be like, English, please.
Yeah.
So lesson learned at the tolls we pay on our way back.
Oh yeah, you pay to exit,
You pay to exit.
which I guess
Yeah.
is very common.
It was like $2.80.
I don't know. No, because when you take the toll to go over to New York, you pay at the beginning.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And that's the only toll I've ever taken.
Okay.
No, I
We don't
second
have
that.
tolls in Ottawa.
I
Yeah.
second that.
Okay. Okay.
But the driving is very like easy. The highways are similar to ours.
Highways are 130 kilometers.
Yeah.
But wait, let's talk about how
Then it
the
drops to like 30. It does
Yeah.
130, 90, 80,
And it's
70,
very sudden.
30.
It doesn't like
boom, 30.
drop in 10 increments. It's like 130, 80,
Yeah.
30.
It's
Yeah.
weird. Speed camera. Bam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots of
and you
speed
have to
cameras.
stop because there's speed cameras everywhere.
And no one behind you drives the 30, so you feel like you're holding back all the traffic. But
We ain't about to get no tickets.
No.
nope.
Mm-mm, none of my books.
No.
And then what did we learn about the signs of the cities?
Yeah,
Why
it's
are you
weird.
trying?
You'll see a city sign. It's like yellow backing with the name that we can't pronounce, obviously.
Okay. So
But
like
then-
Korka.
Yeah. And then another sign that says Korka with a big like red line across it. And I'm
That
like,
means
So you're no longer in Korka.
No
See you later, Korka. No Korka for you.
that's another thing we
Yeah.
learned.
Okay, and then we got to the falls.
Yeah. The
And-
falls
Gorgeous.
was
Pre-
Beautiful.
The
Good.
weather cleared out.
We did
Yeah.
the shortest
We
trail.
did A. no
A.
train because we were under the impression we were gonna have to hike it back for the
Also,
longest time.
The train was
Yeah.
just a bus with carts.
It's not a train.
They did say that on the website. They said
No.
it used to be a train.
I was like, this. When I saw it, I was like, this is not a train. I don't want to do this.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So we
I
just
want to
did
go.
the
chugga,
hike.
chugga, 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 chugga.
It was good
It was
though.
not chugga, chugga.
It was
That
beautiful.
yeah, straight bus.
So the hike takes you, but like you see the waterfall, then it takes you to the bottom of the waterfall, and then you go and you hike back up to like the top. So you get like a bunch of different
There's
aerial
all sorts
views.
of different little waterfalls. The
Yeah.
water is like clear,
Yeah.
blue,
Yeah, greening.
Cleanest
it's
water you ever saw.
Yeah.
Another fun
Mm.
fact: it's so clear and what do you call it? You can drink from it.
Fun fact.
Palpable.
Can you drink from that water?
I
No.
didn't. Did you?
I didn't want to risk it, but
You
they
put
said
in
can.
Ristoke.
Pretty sure.
Oh, it's Ristoke.
Ristoke was beautiful. Those towns.
Ristoke, a little different than Plavici, but yeah, beautiful there also.
Mhm.
Much smaller.
We met
Very
Emma's
little.
husband there.
Oh, but we saw
No.
a tight. No, what do you call it?
Tightrope.
Slack line.
Slack
Slack
line.
line.
What's tightrope then?
It's
The
a tightrope.
Rope
It's-
is tight. Oh, it's literally yeah.
Which
I
was
know it's
pretty
okay.
cool though, and it seems to be just like
There,
there.
he's like an attraction.
Yeah, he had like tips
Yeah, he is.
everywhere.
He's the Ristoke
He was
ab
strong.
and muscle
He's
man.
pretty ripped.
He was like, yeah, that was crazy.
He almost looked as good as Wes.
I have more of a dad bod going than he does. but-
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a dog.
Emma
had a
has no
dog.
comment on that.
Yeah, his
He
dog
had a
just
really good-
stayed.
good dog.
But then we drove home and we went to Yisk, found the light,
Got the
For the
lamp.
lamp,
Got
yeah.
the lamp.
Shout out to Jisk.
came back,
Went grocery shopping.
grocery shopping.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have this machine in the grocery store full of oranges
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and like empty orange jugs. You just grab
Fresh
your
oranges.
jug, put it down, hit play, and it just circulates fresh squeezed orange juice.
So that'll be for
Cool.
breakfast tomorrow.
Amazing.
Oh, good idea.
Why doesn't Canada have this?
It's all over Europe.
Let me know
It's
in the
really
comments
cool.
if you have the answer to that.
Come on, Canada, be better.
Yeah.
Somebody please comment. Wes is really banking on this. So then,
Yes, went to the grocery store, made
Yeah.
orange juice, came home.
came
Found
home.
parking,
Yeah,
right
pretty
away.
easy.
Yeah.
which was amazing.
It's good.
Up on the curb.
Yeah,
Interesting. All the
We
parking.
already talked about that.
Oh, okay.
but it was weird. It's very odd.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I didn't want Emma to hit the pole
I appreciate it.
So
I
I
didn't want to
stood
hit the
at the
pole either
pole
personally.
because I figure I could probably just let her hit me instead.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I
She
wouldn't have
didn't know. It
allowed
was
that
great.
to happen.
You're a real trooper.
Just so you know,
She couldn't see the pole, but she could see me. So
this is true.
True.
Oh, one thing: when Emma drives, please do not put your hand or your feet.
Okay, no.
Dashboard.
Tatiana is a backseat driver.
I think I did pretty well. Didn't I?
Until
I
you
didn't say
started
anything
fighting at
until
the
you-
end.
I didn't say anything,
I put my hand as soft.
but it was.
As I could.
Listen, we had two. Okay, so we talked about the speed limits.
There was two
And they
hard
go
brake
from, like,
applications
80.
the whole time.
Okay, and they were both me, but they go from like 80, but then there's like houses off the side of the highway, so you're like speeding along at 80, 90, and then someone's turning, so you have to brake. It's just what happens. But Tati kept putting her hand, and by the third one, I was telling a story literally right before about putting your legs up on the dash
That's not safe.
and how it's unsafe. And then she did it, and I just thought it's the same thing.
I didn't
Your
put my
shoulder.
No, you put your hands.
It's the same difference, especially in that tiny car. It's not a Lexus.
And also, there's trains all over the road.
And your lanes are like right by the train lanes. It's
So you
wild.
better move because the train's gonna hit you.
Becky's very
Hold on.
sensitive to the train.
Guys, we also put gas for the first time,
Yeah.
and over there they have like a water sprinkle, vodka water.
No, it's
Voda.
just Voda
No, I
means
know.
water.
It's
Okay.
a joke.
Oh.
It's an inside joke.
Also, Tatiana doesn't know how to say jokes. We've come to learn this fun
She
fact.
keeps saying things, and we're like, "Oh no, Tati," and she's like, "It's a joke."
And then she said, "Yeah, I do have a dry humor. That's why nobody gets my jokes." We're like, "We get your jokes because they're not funny."
We're like, that's not dry humor.
You guys
But
are
it
so
was
rude.
good. That in itself was funny.
So voda means water, and I think we were walking fast, and I read vodka water.
We were driving,
But at initial glance, you could see why you would
We were
think it's
driving
vodka
by
water.
it.
Yeah.
and you said, "Vodka water." We said,
Let's
no,
buy some of that.
that's how they clean the windshields."
That's so funny. So, anyways, they have a cool thing where you spray, and it washes your windshield.
Did you see that?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I will look at that tomorrow. when I pull up.
We gotta leave it extra. It wasn't me
Also,
that told the
I've been
story.
asking to wash our rental car since we got here, and they won't let me.
No.
What a waste of money.
No,
it's
we're not.
dirty. It was dirty when we got it.
We're
We ain't wasting our euros on a
No,
car
heaven.
wash.
So I want
already
to show it in
wasted on the
Dubrovnik
lamp.
with a dirty pollen
Yeah,
filled
we do.
opal.
I already wasted on the lamp. So today, yes. So we come back home. We rest for a bit after the big lakes, and
we see the AC is still leaking.
AC is
Yep.
still leaking, and now the painting is even leaking. So
No, the painting,
No, the
on,
painting
the
on the
wall.
wall. It was dripping behind. It's dripping in a
Oh,
different
paint.
spot now.
Oh.
I know.
It was
I know.
collecting in the wood of the painting, basically.
Oh,
yeah, so then we quickly changed our clothes and we went to eat at Basta.
great.
Really good, like
wood-fired
oven
pizza.
pizza. Yeah.
Very nice.
Delicious.
Yeah. And then we walked around the square, city center.
We saw a
saw a
nice
big
horse
horse.
statue.
Mhm.
We saw sheep today.
Turns out they're
and
ugly.
cows, sheep. You
They
said
have
sheep.
cow, like in Canada, we have like
I
the
don't
deer
think so.
signs, like don't hit a deer or watch out for deer. They have cow ones here,
Where was it? Was it just cows? That one?
and there was also deer ones.
There was
but-
deer. Oh, yeah.
Well, so we also met with lovely Australians.
Yeah.
We did.
Called me sweetheart.
So overall,
Was married.
Overall,
day 1 and
Old.
2, basically,
great.
Great day
It
too.
was great.
out of 10, what do you rate it?
I'd give it a solid 9.5.
Wow.
light thing really brings it down, eh?
What?
The light really brought it
Yeah.
down.
Just a jisk.
I don't know.
And that snack that I got.
That
Also,
ice cream bar. That's not an ice cream bar.
She got a mystery bar.
I liked
kind of
it.
It was
mystery.
okay. Yeah.
We
Me
don't
and
need to
Wes tried
describe
it.
He'd spend about 20 minutes describing it after we're done.
I didn't like my description.
I know it just made it.
I
sound
said it was
picky.
firm yet subtle. That's all I said.
All right, Emma, what do you rate it out of 10?
I don't know. It was pretty good. I felt like we all did really well together. I don't know. It was a good 10 for like a first travel day. Like you guys just got off a plane.
Guys, we forgot to mention something.
What?
Our TikTok thing.
We did say TikTok.
We're also making TikToks.
I said we
Our
made some
stand?
No,
TikToks.
we're not gonna tell them.
We're not going to tell.
Oh.
We said look at our
Try
TikToks.
that out.
Trying to get monetized
Be
over here.
booed.
so.
B-O-U-D.
Yeah. So
Okay,
we did
sorry.
that. And then I don't know. It was really. I don't know. I had a lot of fun.
Wes, 10 or out of 10.
The only thing was the parking, but we've got
Oh.
that figured out now, and it's fine.
And we're leaving.
Yeah. So I'd say honestly like a 9.
Yeah, I will say probably a 9 because the parking really brought me down a notch.
You were doing so good. You were doing
Until
so
the
well.
parking. Yeah.
I was hiding it well, apparently, but
You
I was
were.
boiling inside. I was not happy. I was ready to come back to Canada. I was like,
Yeah.
I hate Europe.
Okay. So like, yeah.
For 2
My
minutes.
But that was just until I ate, and then I was much better.
Yeah. My peak was the waterfalls, that whole hike, all of that.
Yeah.
That was,
My the pit was oof, it's a toss up between the light and the parking.
Whoa. Okay.
And now the chair.
Tati, you were killing
You're going to sleep in the car.
I don't know if that's better. Well, we're insured.
Yeah, we have good insurance in the car.
On that note, thanks for joining us.
Okay,
for,
thank you.
Croatia Fire.
Bye.